And the match begins. This is a match that I'm looking very forward to. These are two really skilled wrestlers. Of course, number one seed against number two seed, and these both wrestlers, they're not really too heavy. They're not like traditional heavyweights. I mean, of course, Yonger Batista, is very big for a heavyweight, like 260. He tries to get that there. He can actually, he gets out right there. That would have been crazy. Like a very great start. This NC State wrestler. It looks like he's like 240, 250, something like that. Yeah, like he looks like he's 240. You never really know the weight of heavyweights. Heavyweight's like a very like confusing weight class. Like if you're wrestling like heavyweight, like let's say for example, you're like a 230 pounder, and you're like in a heavyweight open tournament. You could go up against a guy who's like fully 285 pounds, or you could go up against a guy who's like 210 or 240. You don't know what weight you're wrestling, so it's like the wild wild west and heavyweight. But anyways, just to get that snap down, and this is not like gonna be like your boring heavyweight match. I actually watched a heavyweight match before. I only watched it ever like in person, like back in high school. I watched this heavyweight match, and for like 6 minutes, they were just like in their stands, just like hand fighting for like literally the entire match. It went to like triple overtime, and the only reason why the other guy won was because of an escape. So that was such a boring match to watch. But anyways, that guy was also like 40 pounds underweight compared to the other guy, so you can understand why he was hand fighting. Of course, the heavier guy won, but that doesn't matter anyways. Right now, he's grabbing, gets that. You see how he has his arm in the back of his. Why am I stuttering right now? I'm a little out of it right now. But anyway, he hits that fake a little bit, and these guys' grips as well. Like I was talking about this in the other match as well. Like these wrestlers, these are guys in the NCAA finals. These guys' grip strength and everything is crazy, and like their speed is crazy. And also in that I think it was like a couple matches ago. I forgot what it was. I think it was a Jax Forrest match where I was talking about like you don't want to take a bad shot, especially in these matches. And the other guy took a bad shot on Jax Forrest and actually ended up costing the match. And I thought, for example, for a second that NC State had a different heavyweight guy. Maybe no, that was Stanford. The first ever match I ever watched of Yonger Batista, he wrestled against a Stanford guy. I had no idea that Yonger Batista was ranked number one in the country, and he was like destroying the Stanford wrestler, and he tagged him at the end. And like I think at the start of the second period, and I wanted to check his ranking, and I saw that he was ranked number one in the country, which I did not know. But anyways, the point is, I actually watched another match. He gets that shot now from here, and he's defending this really well. You see how he keeps his legs up. He grabs that leg now. You see how he's grabbing that leg. It's really beneficial at this point. Keeping holding that foot. But it looks like out of here actually. I think he might get the takedown here, but no, the period ended. I didn't even see that. That would have been crazy. That was crazy way to end the first period. 4-time NCAA qualifier. I know he wrestled. I don't remember. Did he wrestle heavyweight in 24? Maybe he did. Yeah, he did. I know he wrestled 197, and AJ Ferraro was talking about in that interview how he like beat him back when he was 197, and when he bumped up to 285 pounds, he's a lot more bigger. But the thing is as well, like at the end of the day, a lot of the D1 wrestlers, they do like there are a lot. He gets to his feet straight away. He's grabbing their wrists and gets the escape. But a lot of them, they do like it's not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. Like they do take some of them. Like some of them go under the when no one's looking. And the reason why they do that is one because of pressure to perform. And validation. Social media plays a big factor. And as well, looking stronger, feeling stronger, you can recover faster. There's just so much benefits. And he gets that leg from here, and once again, he moves his head. He's like, no, he keeps his head in the middle still. What am I saying? But right here, he grabs that foot now, and it's looking bad for the. I mean, actually, he defends that really well now. And from here, he looks to grab that. You see, he's grabbing that other leg now, making sure that. What's he doing from here now? He grabs that head now, and he can like sort of like he snaps him down now and gets behind him from here. And Yonger Batista's grabbing that leg, making sure in what position is this? And from here, does he get the takedown? Right? Because no, he's still defending that leg. Really, you see how crazy? Oh my! And gets behind. Oh. and I think he's calling for something. I think blood or something. I don't know what's going on, but oh, that was crazy. These heavyweights are just different. Yeah, he was calling for something. And the whistle blows, and from here, it takes a little bit of time to actually get on his feet. That doesn't usually happen too much, but I think the coach challenges as well before he sits out now. Maybe you try to look for. He actually gets that tilt. You could get something from here actually, if he can just. You don't see a lot of tilts though in heavyweight. I mean, did AJ Ferrari? No, he didn't tilt him. I think he just tacked him. I never really seen too much attacks at heavyweight. I saw one time Gable Stevenson. It was one of his matches. I think it was like one of his first matches or something like that. I don't remember what it was. I saw a clip or something on Flow Wrestling. I think it was something like that, where he did like easily like tech his opponent in an open tournament. I think it was his first college open. I'm not too sure exactly, but that's where a lot of the D1 wrestlers start in open tournaments. And it's good the fact that there is open tournaments because a lot of athletes feel like when they get to that Division 1 level or any level, when I went into college, I was expecting to be. What was I expecting? Was I expecting myself to be a starter? No, I was sort of, I was aiming to do something like that, and I wasn't even on the travel team. I eventually, impressed in open tournaments and got that spot for a bit, but I was able to wrestle in some dual meets, but who cares about me? Anyways, he gets to his feet. I mean, not into his feet. He gets to his knees. He's on his knees right now, and from here, he's trying to trap that leg. I actually had one of my teammates in college that oh my god, he used to like trap the leg like every single time I was on bottom. I used to be really good at bottom in high school. Like every single time I would get out straight away, or like I would be really good. In college though, I had a teammate who would like trap the leg like as soon as the whistle, like as soon as it was like our live round went, like he would trap that leg and like it would be so annoying. Oh my, it's like I never picked bottom after that. I used to be like I picked bottom all the time in high school. Like if after like the first period, I'd always pick bottom and get out or get a reversal straight away. In college, I'm always picking neutral. I'm not even risking that anymore because of riding time. I saw this post as well where it's like a riding time was gonna be gone, and I was so happy for a second, and then it was the April Fool's post. Come on, I hate riding time. Well, not because like the thing is like when they're it makes sense like why would they remove riding time because then your opponents are just gonna like let them up. You're like potentially giving away like 2 points if you like let them up. But speaking of riding time, he secured the riding time. Now the whistle blows and he gets to his feet, or onto his one feet. Now he gets to both feet now, and I don't know what he can really do here. Last 20 seconds now, trying to get that leg, trying to maybe get a reversal or something. I was not expecting this match to be this dominant. I'm going to be honest. I have not watched too much of the NC State heavyweights match. Mostly the reason why is because they don't stream the NC State. They don't stream a lot of their wrestling matches. I don't even know where to find most of their matches, so that's why I haven't really seen any of their matches. But anyways, what a way to win that match. Really decided by that one takedown, and that's why you don't want to take bad shots in these matches. You really want to be crucial. I mean, he didn't take a bad shot. He took a really good shot. He would just defend. He just did some like crazy thing to defend it. But what a way to win the match. You could be a heavyweight and still move fast. Just because you're heavyweight does not mean you can move that fast.